All right. What is up, everyone? Happy Thursday. Happy Master Chat night. It's Thursday. We just finished up. I've got two people with me right now. I got Tyler and I got Leslie, both from School Status, who Tyler led the chat tonight. He's part of that team. So the team was all in there, all over the place. And excited that we have both of you on here and chat with you. Tyler, you were on with me live mid last week on our daily drop-in, which was a lot of fun. Leslie, you're first timer here with us live streaming, and from your camper on the road, you're in Colorado right now, which we're just talking through. So we're going to talk about that. But excited to see. I'm going to let everyone kind of get in here and jump in as we could get live on all the different places. We are coming to you either on our Facebook page, in the Facebook group, on YouTube, on Periscope, Twitter, and on Twitch if you're over on Twitch. So wherever you're at, throw us a comment, say hello. Let us know what you thought of the chat. Ray says outstanding. So
it was. Thank you, Ray.
If Ray says it's good, then it must have been good. That's just the way. That's how we judge pretty much everything. So I'm making sure that we are indeed live on Facebook or on YouTube. So we are. So we're good. So let me just put it right to both of you. How you feeling? How was the chat? How was it? First time Mastery Chat moderated. Tyler, how did you feel?
Yeah, it was fun. So Twitter took away my ability to like tweets. That's a first for me. I liked too many tweets too quickly, and so that was suspicious.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Happens to me almost every week. Yep.
That was new to me. I wasn't expecting that, but but it was really, really fun. It was really cool to see a lot of really great answers coming in really quickly. I had TweetDeck up, and so I was watching, the live tweets, and then I was following the hashtag, and I was looking at the scheduled tweets that I'd scheduled, and I was looking at like any mentions that I had, and I was trying to like everything as quickly as I could, which apparently is an issue for Twitter.
That's funny. Yeah, I usually get, not every time, but very often on Thursdays, about 3/4 of the way through. So about a quarter till the hour, I'll go to retweet a tweet and it just says, you can't perform this action anymore. It's just like, you're done. So
you've done too much.
Yep. Hi, Carrie. Carrie says it was wow. Someone else that is being blocked, because depending on where you're coming to us from YouTube or from Facebook, they don't always show us your picture. So if you can put your name in parentheses, we know who it is. But that person says, excellent job moderating tonight. You crushed it.
Well, thank you.
Adam says, hey, great chat. Can't stay, but just want to stop in and say thank you. Appreciate that, Adam. Adam's always with us on our lives and stuff. So really good stuff. All right. So Leslie, you're the boss. So like, how did he do? Did he do okay tonight?
We lost her because
she's I think we'll keep him.
Okay, you froze for a second, but she came back. All I heard was, I think we'll keep him. So that's a good time. That's good.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll keep him. He did a great job. Tyler is a experienced educator, experienced tweeter, and a fantastic School Status team member. So you put all three of those together, and you got a great show.
You got to win. I love it. Hi to Aaron. Hi to Carrie. Jeff, I know that shit. Yeah, I'm actually repping Carrie's school here. Royster Proud, chasing greatness with Don Epps. What's up? Who is this here? Livia. Nice to see you, Livia. Kristen, man. Kristen's my friend. She's awesome. She's a rock star teacher. I haven't seen her for a while. So awesome to see everyone there. So Tyler, let's talk about the questions. The topic tonight was all about lessons learned at a distance and talking through things, right? And we talked a lot, a few different things. You started off with, what was the best thing? We really put like a positive spin on everything, which I like. Mm-hmm. When you were putting together the questions, what was kind of going through your mind? What were you hoping to drive the conversation to? What were you hoping that people were going to take away from the chat as you were organizing things?
Yeah. So what's kind of fun is that when I created these questions, I created them at a distance with one of my friends and teammates, Ellen. So Ellen's not with us right now because she's on another Zoom call. She's with her family and friends, and so that's cool. But she should be here. But Ellen and I worked together to try and create these questions. I think about a week ago, and we knocked back and forth a bunch of ideas. We wanted to talk about data. We wanted to talk about communication. We wanted to talk about reaching parents. We wanted to hit those ideas because those are the things that at School Status that we think are core values.
Mhm.
Being able to understand data and being able to communicate with families, like those two things can together, they are the key to what we do. So we wanted to make sure we hit that, and we wanted to be positive. So we wanted to have that positivity. But then we also knew I can't remember which one it was, but there was one question there: were you able to reach all of your families, all of your
Yeah.
students? And we knew the answer to that question was probably going to be no. But we felt like that was an important question to ask, especially because, at least with our platform, so a little plug for School Status now, with our platform, you can reach every parent, every family, regardless of whether they have internet at home. We can call them on their landline phone, and families do still have landlines. So we can call them on their landlines. We can call them on their dumb phones, not smartphones, whatever it might be, and get in touch with people. And so we knew that question was going to be a little bit of oh no, wasn't able to do this. But that was something that we thought was important to talk about, because
Mhm.
it can help bring the conversation back to where we are at School Status, where we can say, hey, you can do this. This is something we can do. You just need the right solution.
Yeah, agreed. Leslie, I'm going to bring you in for this one. So some people watching that, we learned a lot about School Status last week. You can't hear us. She can't hear us.
Oh no.
We can't hear you either. It's the AirPods.
Yeah.
Can you hear you? Yeah. All right. Well, we lost her.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
she'll get
all right.
back. She's like exploring the world right now in her camper.
Yeah.
I was going to make her give us a tour. We'll see if we can get her back or not. So Kristen said, I love the uniqueness of the questions, opening in many ways, which is great. Like, we really got to do that.
That's
so
awesome.
So you touched on that one question. Were there other questions that was there a particular question maybe outside of that one that you were, excited or interested or, I guess excited or interested is a word I'm looking for to hear the answers for you. Like, man, I really want to see where people take this.
Yeah. So definitely, what are you excited for next year? Right. There's Leslie. She's back.
Do we have you back?
Hi, boss.
I lost audio. I couldn't hear y'all. So
it's Colorado's fault. It's cool.
Yeah.
I left and came back, so I can hear you.
Yeah, it works.
All right. Well, Tyler, while I have her, I'm going to throw a question at her to get her real quick. So last week we had Tyler on our daily drop-in. We got to learn a lot about School Status and learn about it and talk through it and stuff like that. But a lot of people watching and listening right now probably maybe haven't. Maybe they have. Maybe they haven't heard. Actually, if you had, it'd be great. Throw a comment and let us know if you've heard or if you use School Status. It'd be awesome. But can you give us sort of the 1,000-foot view, like what it is, what your platform provides, and what the goal is when you guys are using it, working with districts?
Absolutely. Yeah. So what we want to do is give educators, especially teachers, a complete picture of their students. So we're talking about data from 3, 4, 5 different sources and saving time from having to go to all of those places. Go to one place, get a complete picture of your students, and then do the thing that is often what should be the easiest, but is often not the easiest, is connect with parents. So call, text, email, one-to-one. We're not talking about a blast. We're not talking about a group. We're talking about me, teacher, connecting with you, parent, about your student. And that's really what makes us tick at School Status. We started in data, but we realized that data by itself doesn't change anything. It's not an actionable thing. So data is great to collect and to analyze and to use, but unless you're doing anything with it, like communicating with parents, that's where, the secret, the recipe is the complete picture of a student matched with the parental communication.
And also, like right from the app, I can look at a particular student, dig into the data, get a full picture, and then immediately contact and talk to that parent now that I have that picture, and I can really get very specific about where they're at and have that data-driven conversation, which I love. I love your outlook on it, and the fact that like data is great, it's awesome. We need to have it. Let's find a way to have it all accessible, but we need to take the action after that to make sure that we're actually utilizing it, right? Because it's great to have stacks of it or spreadsheets, stuff like that. But like you said, if nothing's happening, then nothing's happening, right?
Yeah.
So I really like it. Becky says I like that last question. Everyone is very anxious, but it's good to focus on the positive. I like the spin on the positive all around tonight, Tyler, because it honestly, it's easier right now to just focus on the negative because there's so much of it. And I think it's important for us to focus on the positive while recognizing obviously the negative that's still there, the the tragedy, the struggle, but trying to pull positive things out of it, whatever we can. So I like that we started off right off the bat with what's the best thing that's happened so far, right? And I think that's important. So, all right, let's go. We're going completely off topic, and I'm going to ask Leslie. So you are in Colorado right now, but you're actually from Mississippi. So you're kind of on a road. You were giving me a little like insight into where you're going. Can you share with everyone sort of your trip right now? Because you're like in the middle of Colorado right now.
I just plugged in because I at 10% battery. So we are Airstream people, and we hopped in our Airstream. Let's see, a week ago Friday, and like tomorrow will be 2 weeks. And we just hit the road, my husband, myself, and my 5-year-old. And we stayed in a very remote place called Cuesta, New Mexico, which was super cool. Right, it's right near Taos. I just watched the movie Onward, and they went on a quest, and then we stayed in Cuesta. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's right. They do, yeah.
Hey, Connor. And so then we loaded up and came up here to Colorado, and we started in near Colorado Springs, and now we're a little bit further north in Woodland Park.
Okay. Wow. So then it's home from there.
It is home, yeah, but we're gonna kind of take our time a little bit, go back through Colorado a little bit more, hit up some more Texas, and then the long stretch from Texas to Mississippi.
Ah, that's awesome.
But she hasn't missed a day of work.
She's got
I did take yesterday off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And we went to see. I took a day off, and we went to Pikes Peak, which was awesome, and Garden of the Gods.
But otherwise,
she's got a role in office. Like, I mean, she's just totally repping the remote learning, distant learning, and everything. So now in Mississippi, do you guys have a full on office? You guys all go to the same place, or are you typically virtual? Like our team is 100% virtual all the time. So that's why I asked.
Yeah. Well, we have an office in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, an office in Ridgeland, Mississippi, which is near Jackson, and then an office in Atlanta.
Okay.
And then some of our folks are always remote, like Tyler, Jay, our trainers. Some of our sales reps, they are out in the field. But we have a pretty good presence at each office, which I miss those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay's in here now. Hey, Jay. Jay jumps in. He's been on a few different lives, jumping in, saying hi and stuff. So it's good to see Jay. Leslie, so we were talking beforehand, like I didn't really see you in the chat because I say that it's one of my favorite things about Mastery Chat is there's so much going on in it that a lot of times like you don't even see people that were in there because you get into these side conversations and it moves fast. You don't always see everyone and stuff. So I'm interested to get your take on it as someone participated in it, but you knew a lot of the questions coming up, and the moderators on your team and stuff. Were there any questions that jumped out to you or I guess maybe answers and conversations that were going on that you're like, man, that was really cool. I'm really glad I was a part of that, or that really maybe inspired you, surprised you, got you excited? Did we lose her?
So
she's there. Okay.
Teachers always excite me because of their passion, but can you hear me? Because y'all were kind of glitching.
You're good now. You're good now. Yep. Sorry.
Okay. So teachers, I always love. I love their passion. I love their humor. I just love teachers. But it's just so heartening to see and to hear from teachers who are just in it for the students, right? Like the ways that they've, changed. They've gotten closer with their students. They've gotten back to kind of, I think, the fire of teaching is connecting with students, connecting with their families, being more a part of their lives. And that was really fun to just hearing about how excited everyone is to see their students again. So we actually had a kindergarten screener call yesterday for my 5-year-old who's incoming kindergarten next year. And we were talking to the teacher because we know her, and she said, she misses her baby so much, and she couldn't imagine starting a new school year virtually and not being able to already have that connection like
Yeah.
she had with her students in her class. And I'm like, oh, I hope we don't have to do that. You know, I hope we can get back into the classroom and connect with teachers in a fresh new way.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those fears slash challenges that we're looking at, and we're having a lot of conversations with districts and with teachers and stuff. Is that this came so fast and was crazy, and there were so many adjustments, but we did already have those relationships there, and we're not going to have that with the new group right in the fall. So it's really important to be figuring out how can we build those relationships. But you touched on the fact that I've noticed and I really love too is that you are seeing, because we kind of lifted some of the like, hey, don't worry about like the grades, don't worry about the work so much, worry about your kids. It allowed teachers to be like, okay, yeah, that's good, because that's what I really am here for, right? And they're really digging into that. And you talk about like getting in their lives, like we don't typically get to see into our kids' houses, and they don't typically get to see in ours. And it's the same thing with meetings. Like, no, a lot of times, this would be, you guys would be at the office, right? It's a different setting for us. We're just in people's worlds differently, and it's changing the way we connect with each other. Like, it's a different feel when you are talking with students. I'm thinking about like early on in all this, Jeff Kaplan, who's a teacher in Atlanta, who's always very active in our community, was talking his very first Zoom call with his classroom. Like something happened with his dog, and he had to like walk through his house to go like do something for his dog or something. I can't remember what it was. And the kids got excited and were like, "Oh, well, like show us your dog." So they showed them their dog, walked around his house, and then they literally scrapped everything, and they spent 45 minutes of all the kids taking their video cameras around and showing off their pets and showing off their house.
That's awesome.
And he's like, we didn't cover what we were going to cover, but like I've never had that connection to my kids. And I said, I'm like, yeah, no kidding. And what, like, name something we connect more like deeply over other than animals, right? I mean, seriously, like,
that's right.
You know what I mean? You find another dog person, and like that's a connection that nothing else. So like it's this opportunity, and that's that seeing that positive, gonna be able to have those connections with kids in a different way. And with I think the same thing with coworkers, with staff members and stuff like that. So I really like that takeaway. It was good. So I want to throw one of your questions back at you. So
okay.
I'm trying to think what I want to do. I'm gonna go with question 2, because I'm interested to see, like, are there any new skills or habits that you've picked up during all of this craziness? Having to be remote, having to be quarantined. Tyler, let's start with you. Like anything new that you've had to like sort of been forced into learning or being amazing at?
So there's one, and I'm working on it right now. So I'll hold this up. So that is, I can't think of it.
There it is right there. Yeah. What is that?
So the 191, that's the temperature of the brisket. The 203 is where I needed to get to. The, what is that? 263. That's the temperature of the smoker right now. So I am currently smoking a brisket. I thought when I started it at 5 this morning that it would be ready for dinner. I was wrong. It is still going. It's not quite there yet, but
16
one of the
hours
things,
you gotta go, right?
Let's see. I can tell you exactly. It has been 12 hours and 46 minutes total so far.
Just let it go. It'll be ready for breakfast. It'll be great.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So
brisket and eggs.
It's coming off. Yeah, it'll come off sometime. At this point, it assumes that I have now 2 hours left in this cook. So
okay,
I've gotten much busier with cooking and smoking and things like that, which has been a lot of fun. So that's and when I say smoking, of course, I mean smoking foods, smoking meats. So I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, but, I'm glad you cleared that up. I knew where you're at. But that's good.
But
good
just in case, we got to make that clear. But that's been a lot of fun. So I mean, that's kind of a silly one, but I've had a lot of fun doing that.
That's still a cool thing. That's a new passion you have, right? Like a new thing you can enjoy and do and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it's been so much stupid fun, and but and it's been heavy fun. I think I've put on a little bit here. More than I want to, because I've been trying to run, but mostly I've been eating. So
really good. Jay said he learned how to build a Bitmoji virtual classroom.
Cool. That does not surprise me with Jay. But look, actual skills. So an actual skill.
No. Let's get something real clear right here. Smoking a brisket is totally an actual skill. Don't downplay it.
That's true. Well, like a relatable skill for the educational world, because that one's just kind of like, that's just the thing I like to do. But man, I've gotten way better with my like my online presence, not just in Twitter, not just in that sphere, but definitely in that sphere, but also in the online learning sphere. We've got our own online education portal that we use at School Status called Learning Lab, and we've been making more videos there, doing more webinars, things like that. And so those things have been much more. It's a much more important thing that we've been doing now.
Yeah,
it's something that we've been. So Leslie will, I think, confirm this. It's something that we've known has been really important, but now we're like, yeah, this is the most important thing.
Yeah, I love it. Leslie, any skills or I mean, I'm okay with hobbies too. Like skills, hobbies, new things that you've had to pick up or that you've been able to pick up because of just the change of everything going on.
Yeah, so probably two things. I am bad about sitting in my chair and not moving for like hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so because we actually lucked up in Mississippi that our weather has been kind of fantastic through all of quarantine. It's bizarro. It's usually 9,000 degrees, but it was really nice. And so I would step away. I would sometimes even leave the phone in the house. And then I also was trying to teach my 5-year-old how to read. So I've gained a lot of, I think, patience.
That's for sure.
Because, and more appreciation for teachers as well, because teaching your 5-year-old to read will just about kill you.
Yeah, I'm there too. Got a 5-year-old as well. Teaching read. Well, she's getting close to 6, so she's finishing up her kindergarten. So it's reading, writing, the early on math, and I've got a second grader as well. And it's been definitely appreciation, definitely the patience. I totally get you on that for sure.
Yeah.
It's been fun though too. It's kind of cool. Like we don't always get to see their brains working in that world because they're in classrooms and we're not them with them. It's really neat to see that. Like when we have those moments where like it clicks and I'm like, oh, that was pretty awesome. Like she figured that out and stuff. But yeah, my respect for teachers definitely has gone up too. And it was pretty stinking high to begin with, as I'm sure yours was. But yeah, it's just like a whole new level. So and appreciation and stuff. So it's a pretty cool thing. So I'm going to throw one more at you. Let's see that. And then we'll wrap up. But let's see here. I'm going to go there because I'm interested to hear what you all have going on. But what's got you excited for the upcoming school year right now, Leslie? Is there anything coming up that either that you guys have going on or just general excitement for it? And it can be personal or professional and stuff like that. Excitement for the new school year coming?
Yeah, so we are working on a lot of things at School Status and development right now. And obviously just improving our platform, just making it, we listen to our users, teachers, principals, everybody writes in because they know that we'll listen. And we may not get to their feature requests right away, but a lot of times we will. So it's really fun over the summer. We just build. When I say we, I mean our engineering team, definitely not me and Tyler.
No,
but we help them understand the educator's perspective. And then we bring all that stuff to market usually at the beginning of school. That's really exciting. One tool that we are specifically working on is a way to consolidate all of your messaging. So we do the one-to-one, we do some group messaging, but now we're adding mass notifications, which not necessarily what we think drives student success, right? We think that one-to-one communication does, but if we're going to consolidate and unify all of your communication tools into one, then we've got to include the mass messaging. Yeah. So that's actually coming to market in the next couple of weeks. And so I'm excited to get to really help school districts make sense of all their communications, because they come to us and they say, well, we have this tool and we have this tool and we have you guys, can we put all that in one? And we're like, yes, now you can. And I will give y'all a little sneak peek that I just found out about yesterday. And that is, we may or may not be adding video capabilities to schools.
That is cool. The ability to communicate with the video,
So we're
especially
talking about
remote,
call,
yeah.
text, and emails.
Very cool. Yeah.
I saw that.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I saw behind the curtain there with that one. Our lead programmer, he slacked me and said, "Hey, what do you think?" I was like, "Whoa, that's the coolest thing ever! What am I looking at? Tell me everything."
That's cool.
How many emojis and giffies can I reply with right
now?
That's pretty cool. That's exciting. That's a neat and I think the group one too, like you said, like it has its place, right? And I think by having that just makes it's one less, they don't have to go anywhere else, right? They can just stay where they're at. So I think that's really cool. So exciting to continue watch your team innovate and listen to your audience and keep doing everything you guys can do to support teaching and stuff. So it's been super fun having you. I mean, it was really cool to have you on last week, Tyler, and have you guys moderating tonight. And I love that you were both able to jump on. And Leslie, I love that you have fought through sort of the getting kicked off and coming back on. I love that resiliency. That's great. But I appreciate both of you. I know our audience does. It was a great chat. It's always fun when we have good questions that are I second what Kristen said. The open-ended ones is really good. People just kind of really sharing out. They can't get away with a yes or no. They've got to express themselves, and those are the best there. So really appreciate you both. Appreciate everyone who's watching, comments, and everything like that. Everyone who was in the chat. I am live. I do want to say one last thing that I should have mentioned earlier and I didn't. But right now, if you're not, you got to get on Twitter, Facebook, wherever. Find hashtag award-winning culture, because Hans Apple's book award-winning culture comes out tomorrow, and all week we've been asking the question. You got to go find it on social media and tweet out the answers to Hans, so you can see that we're going to randomly pick 5 names tomorrow morning and give away 5 copies of that book. That's what Hans wants to do. He wants to give away. The book comes out tomorrow. So for our daily drop-in tomorrow, which is our very last daily drop-in, we're done with them after tomorrow. Ray and I are going to be on there with Hans, talking about the book, sharing, doing questions, and then giving away 5 books, and it's going to be a blast. So hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow morning for that. And make sure you go check out School Status. They've got a lot of cool stuff going on, and it sounds like there's a lot of really cool stuff coming in the future. So it's at School Status app, and then the site is just schoolstatus.com, right?
Correct.
It's nothing different there. So check it out. Tyler, Leslie, appreciate you both. Thank you so much for being a part of the chat, coming on here and hanging out with me.
Jeff.
Be safe traveling, Leslie. Get home safely. And hi to your families and everything like that. So appreciate y'all. Have a good night.
Thanks, Jeff. Bye.
Bye.